Hello again, YouTube. Lovell Hawes, again, prior enlisted Marine. This one is going to be the start of a whole series of videos. They're not going to be necessarily related, but I'm going to be doing them ahead of time because I do have several doctor's appointments ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and knock them out of the way now and hopefully be able to just upload one per day as I have been in the past. In the first one, I'm actually going to go and explain why quite a bit of our leadership has quite a few serious questions to answer. And I'm going to start with Tim Kaine first. In 2017, after the presidential election, Tim Kaine went on video record calling for the violent overthrow of Donald Trump, who had just been inaugurated as the president of the United States. Hadn't even been a couple months, I think. And by the letter of the law, that could actually be constituted as attempted treason, a very, very serious crime. In 2016, during that particular election that resulted in the Donald Trump presidency, Tim Kaine was the running mate to Hillary Clinton, whom, by Jim Comey, the then FBI director's own admission, she had one unsecured email address while she was Secretary of State, and three top secret emails on said unsecured server. That is multiple counts of what is called espionage, violation of secured information, releasing it where it's not supposed to be. 4 counts, 1 for the server, 3 for the emails. And she possibly has a 5th one that she did while she was spying on the Trump campaign during, which has actually been revealed in a recent investigation. So there's possibly a 5th espionage charge that she should be doing. So Tim Kaine should also be answering questions as to what he knew and when he knew it. And to quantify how serious these now 6 potential charges are, the one for the treason, and up to 5 espionage charges, how serious all 6 of these charges are, is there are only 3 crimes in the United States that by the letter of the law can still be capital punishment. Murder being one of them. You kill somebody, they're going to kill you right back, to quote Ron White. Well, espionage and treason are the other 2. So, and it's so serious of a matter that I've actually been privy to classified information myself. However, I do not dare breathe a word to it unless I know I'm talking to somebody who's had a similar or even the same classified briefing that I did. Because after all, if I so much as breathe a word of it, it's 25 years in Leavenworth. At least 25 years. Unless I happen to find somebody who likes me in the Oval Office well enough to give me a pardon. But I'm not gonna hope that I'm that lucky. So, he has to answer questions about the espionage. Because he was Hillary Clinton's running mate. What did he know, and when did he know it? Very serious questions. Not to mention, I honestly think that his political policies outright suck. I mean, come on. His idea of solutions is confiscation of guns. The first murder recorded, if you are a Christian or a Bible-believing Christian, was done with a rock. The weapon doesn't matter. So, honestly, gun confiscation wouldn't do anything, and he's advocated for it in the past. Gun buyback programs, outlawing AR-15s, blah, 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 blah. I've already have another video on that where I believe it is actually the respect of the people. Where people respect themselves and everyone around them, and I've even got a few solutions as to how to address that. Then on top of that, he sided with Terry McAuliffe about parents not having the right to tell the school boards what their kids should be taught. If the school board wants to groom their kids to whatever, then according to Tim Kaine, that was the right of the school board. Wrong. Glenn Youngkin made that point, and he continues to make that point, and they've been fighting him tooth and nail about it ever since. Then, on top of that, he's been supporting the higher gas prices because he believes that it will result in you buying more cars, more green electric cars, so that way you don't have such a carbon footprint. I know the man's been in Rockbridge County. I've seen him on the stage in Buena Vista at Glenmore Park doing a stump speech. He has to know most of the people there had beat up pickup trucks that have been around for probably 20 years or more, and they don't have anything better because they can't afford anything better. And some of them don't want anything better because they firmly believe a pickup truck was perfected in the 70s anyway. And there's actually a good argument to that. I honestly think the small pickup truck was perfected in the 90s. My 98 S10 is a prime example. I love that thing. He's about to be 25 years old and almost ready to put antique plates on him. And honestly, I couldn't afford the electric Silverado. I can't even afford a regular Silverado because those things are $50,000 a pop. The regular Silverado is like $50,000. If you get a $2,500, that's holy crap. You're talking about a good chunk of a down payment on a house, more than 30% in quite a few places. And some other places, half. Which personally, I would love to get a 2500 with a Duramax diesel because my grandparents are going to be 83 years old this year, and they still have a wood stove. It'd be nice to be able to put a few cords of wood in the basement so that way they can stay warm in the winter. That all anybody needs to do is go downstairs and throw another log on the fire, and that'll keep them nice and warm and keep the electric bill low. Can't exactly do that with a Tesla now, can I? Even if I could afford a Tesla, good God, the Model 3s, as I recall, was like $60,000 a pop. Well, Tim Kaine needs answer to these questions and many, many more. And I think the first one that he needs to address is what possible mitigating factors could there be as to why you shouldn't be tried, convicted, and thrown in prison for life for treason? And normally I like to play in the middle, but at the same time, if you're going to be an umpire and look at the politics, you've got to call ball or strike, and this is definitely in the strike zone. Sorry, Tim Kaine, you took a swing and you frickin' missed. So, that being said, Hillary Clinton also has similar questions. What possible mitigating factors could there be for all of those acts of espionage that we know about and the one that is being investigated as we speak? That is some really heavy charges. And again, Tim Kaine needs to answer for those. What did he know and when did he know it? And I mean, if he says he knows nothing like Sergeant Schultz, I know nothing. Well, that was your running mate. You're telling me you were going to be the vice president of somebody that you had no idea they were conducting such activity? I don't buy it. So, that being said, Timmy, you got some explaining to do. And I was like, oh, no. He should not get away with this. I firmly believe that in 2024, when he is up for re-election, that he should be booted out of the Senate. And honestly, Mark Warner plays like, I'm a middle Democrat. Well, Joe Biden is too. And you see where the middle of the road Democrats get us into some really deep trouble. So, Mark Warner, you're going to be just after Tim Kaine, and I personally hope that both of you get booted out of the Senate. Now, as to who I would like to see in the Senate in their place, I'd prefer a trucker. Or somebody who's one of the supervisors at the Walmart distribution center. Or Clearbrook distribution center for Amazon. Somebody who actually knows supply chain. Or somebody who works Norfolk Southern. I think any one of those people, any people that actually lives on the ground would be much, much better candidates. They know more about what supply chain shortages are. They know more about how to fix it. They have, in general, probably better ideas how to just streamline the situation. It's like a trucker might go, hey, look, we just don't have enough truckers. We need to find a way to incentivize more people going out and getting a CDLA. Yeah, it's like at the same time, the Norfolk Southern guy, he might go, well, I always heard of maglev trains are pretty good. Maybe we ought to try that, which I will have a segment on that coming up. That will be one of my other Ask Why videos, coming probably even the next one. And at the same time, maybe the people who work in the distribution center might be able to find a way to do the job without so many people getting freaking hurt. In the Walmart distribution center, we went 21 days without an accident, and we got a freaking pizza party for it. 21 days. 3 weeks. And then, within a week of that party, we had another, and I'm quoting management on this one, life-altering injury. Probably because of the fact that the dock plate was not put down properly. Was probably a broken bone. After all, they fell through the dock plate. The little gap between the actual dock and the truck. There needs to be better ways to protect the people in that one. The safety needs to come first and foremost. That's part of the reason why when they pointed out I was a safety hazard, I agreed to resign. You know, it's like I did not need to be stumbling around in a distribution center. There's just no reason for it. There's no real safe place for me to go. So, I had to think about not only my safety, but the safety of those around me. You know, it's like at the same time, I would also love to see a senator or a representative who was a drafter or an engineer or a doctor. Ones who, especially ones who knew something about microbiology would be nice. But we definitely don't need Tim Kaine. I mean, after all, George Washington himself probably would have been like, okay, let's do the court of law, and then let's go find a rope in a tree. And, sorry, Tim, may God have mercy on your soul. But we would have, of course, innocent until proven guilty, but there's video evidence of him doing it. I don't see how you could defend that. So, and that's just for the treason. That doesn't count the espionage that Hillary Clinton has not been convicted of. But again, there's evidence of that as well. Significant evidence. Again, on unsecured server and 3 top secret emails alone, 4 counts. And I was like, yeah, that's one of those things that kind of bugs me about our current politicians is the ones that are really high up there, you could find, if you can find one that's not corrupted, they just haven't been there long enough yet. Part of the reason that I subscribe to what the late Robin Williams said about politicians are like diapers. They need to be changed often and for the same reason. But this is, but yeah, I've gone on a little bit of a rant on this one. This one was almost a calls bull video. But this is definitely an explains why more than anything. But this has been the first one. I'm going to try and get 5 done today, so that way I can have, where I've got another appointment tomorrow on the 1st, and I've got another 2 appointments that I've got to be down in Salem for on the 8th, and I'd prefer to just be able to upload as I go. So this has been Lovell Hawes. I hope this finds you guys having a good day, and I will be uploading this on the 1st, so this will be a little bit of a day delayed. But again, I hope this finds you well, and I will be continuing my little marathon with the next video.